everyone, so I'm here to talk about the ketogenic diet today and to show my progress on the ketogenic diet. I'm going to, you should see a before picture right before this video started, so I'll put that in there. And this is where I'm currently at, 216 pounds, so doing pretty good. So still got a little bit of fat right here to lose, but I'm doing pretty good on the ketogenic diet. So, I do keto and I do intermittent fasting sometimes, not all the time, because of the way my job works. I tend to eat a lot on the days I work, and frequently also on the days I work, but on the days that I don't work, I do intermittent fasting, even sometimes one meal a day. Like today, I am trying to do one meal a day. I'm currently at like 15 hours fasted, and we'll see how far I make it. So I'm not going to let myself get extremely hungry, so I'm going to let that kind of dictate how long I go. Yesterday, I did one meal a day. So basically, I also... this is my progress currently on keto, but I also want to talk a little bit about how keto works and how intermittent fasting works. And it works by hormones, right? So hormones, it regulates your hormones to keep your hormones in check and where they need to be. But it's not a magic pill. So being in a state of ketosis does not mean you're constantly in a state of losing fat, burning body fat. You could be burning fat you're eating, but not necessarily burning body fat. I mean, there's a lot of different variables. But the way, if you break it into a nutshell, the way it works is it regulates your hormones and your insulin mainly, also other hormones, and it regulates your, helps keep your blood glucose stable, as well as intermittent fasting also helps keep your a stable blood glucose for most of the day, except when you eat. Because if you just do intermittent fasting, you could also be eating carbs if you're not doing keto, and then you'll get a big spike in your insulin. But then if you're only doing one meal a day or something like that, then the rest of the day you're stable. So that can also work too. Or you can combine keto and intermittent fasting, which tends to even work better as far as regulating your hunger and regulating your blood glucose and also all your other hormones. So by regulating your hormones and keeping your hormones in check, you will be less hungry than you would be eating carbs and sugary drinks all the time. So by doing that, you reduce your caloric intake, makes it easier to lose weight. Your caloric intake definitely matters, okay? So I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but I have not needed to track calories at all doing this. Not to say that I haven't tried to at some point just to see what I was eating and stuff like that, but you don't need to. For most of the weight that I've lost, I didn't track calories, but for maybe a week or two, a couple weeks ago, I tried, or maybe a month ago now. I'm not exactly sure, but I tried keeping track of calories for a while. To be honest, I kept losing weight then, but it wasn't needed. So because I've lost weight without having to do that, just by controlling my hunger and controlling my hormones and doing keto and coming off keto at some point and going back on keto, I've made all this progress. So I haven't stuck straight keto for the past 6 months I've done this. I haven't. I've broken my diet for family dinners, for tons of different reasons, okay? But for 90% of the time during this period, I've been doing keto. And on and off intermittent fasting. And that's controlled my hunger enough that even when I went off of keto, I didn't do a lot of damage. And then I went back on keto. And I never went off keto for an extended period of time. The most I've been off keto at one point in time was maybe 5 days. Maybe a week. No, I think it was 5 days. So, that's basically how the keto works. I mean, some people might argue with me that's how it works. And some people are like, oh, calories don't matter if you're on keto. They do matter. You can gain weight on keto if you eat too much. That's the simple truth. easy way to break it down is, yes, you can gain weight if you eat too much on keto, but it's harder to eat too much on keto. So that's how it kind of breaks down. That's how it works. It's harder to eat too much on keto, but you can do it. It's hard for me to do one meal a day on the days I work, not just for energy reasons, that's part of it, but also for, I can't eat that amount of calories in one day. I work a warehouse job, very, very physically active. I eat 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day. When I was tracking, that's how much I was eating and still losing some weight. And I couldn't fit that all into one meal. Not a keto meal anyway. If I did maybe a carb-heavy meal with a bunch of things that are easy to eat that don't make you full, like Doritos. You get a whole bag of Doritos, a family-sized bag of Doritos is over 2,000 calories. I can down a bag of Doritos. I've done it before in the past when I wasn't doing keto. So I could have done that and then plus eaten a full meal, and I probably could have got 4,000 calories in one meal on keto. But it's harder to get that amount of calories in when you're eating keto foods. It just is, because they're satiating enough that it's harder to do. So not to say it can't be done, but it's just harder to do. So, that being said, all this stuff I'm telling you are just tools. You don't have to do any of this, right? You could just count your calories and lose weight, but then you're gonna be hungry all the time, most likely, like I was when I tried to do that. And even when you're fasting, you're gonna be hungry, but it's gonna change your hormones over time to where you're not getting as hungry, and it's just easier. It's easier to stick to. So, and you don't always have, like, sometimes I'll do keto, and then at some points I won't necessarily do keto. I'll just do intermittent fasting, and as long as you're doing something, you can pull different tools out of your toolboxes and shift things around a little bit. You don't have to stick 100% keto all the time. You just don't. I didn't. You have to stick to whatever you're gonna do. You have to stick to it most of the time, yes. But you can have that piece of chocolate cake and you'll be fine. Okay, that's not going to, it'll cook you out of ketosis, yes. But it's not going to affect you that much. Now, if you start doing that every day, well, yeah, of course you're not going to make any progress. But if you only do that once in a while, it's not going to affect you that much. Yes, it's going to affect your progress negatively, right? You're not going to get there as fast. But this isn't necessarily a race. You're doing this for the long haul. You're not doing this for, okay, let's lose a bunch of weight real quick. You don't have to lose it quick. Okay, just lose it. Okay, lose a pound a week, lose 2 pounds a week, lose 3 pounds a week, lose 5 pounds a week. I don't care. As long as you're losing weight, right? Now 5 pounds a week is a little drastic, but there were some weeks I lost 5 pounds. Some weeks I lost 1 pound. So it just depends. And as you see here, I didn't lose any muscle. In fact, I've gained muscle. Now I haven't done any tests to prove that, but you can tell that. I'm leaner. Look at that vein right there. I'm leaner. And my muscles, I've got more muscles than I used to. So I'm not a lot, and I have worked out a little bit. You're going to have to work out if you want to gain muscle. But at the same time, I haven't lost any muscle. I know that. So that's the main things about keto. Here's living proof that it works. But at the same time, you don't have to be strict. Be strict 90% of the time, right? Be completely on it 90% of the time. But hey, have that chocolate cake once in a while on your birthday or whatever. You'll be fine. So that's it, guys. See you later. Please like and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you next time. All right.